Longer-term Treasury yields fell sharply on Monday, pushing bond prices higher as optimism grew around President-elect Donald Trump's pick of Scott Bessent as Treasury Secretary. Investors hope his appointment could help reduce the U.S. budget deficit. Key numbers. The yield on the 2-year Treasury dropped to 4.303%, down 8 basis points. The yield on the 10-year Treasury fell to 4.298%, down 12 basis points. The yield on the 30-year Treasury decreased to 4.487%, down 12 basis points. Note: yields move in the opposite direction to bond prices. What's driving the market? The bond market surged in a holiday-shortened week, cooling the steady rise in borrowing costs that followed the Federal Reserve's interest rate cuts in September. Monday marked the biggest one-day drop in the 10-year Treasury yield since August 2nd, when a sell-off of the Japanese yen led investors to seek safe haven assets like U.S. Treasuries. Tom DeGaloma, head of fixed income trading at Curvature Securities, said this decline could reflect investors adjusting their positions in anticipation of a Trump administration. Some worry Trump's economic policies could increase the U.S. debt and reignite inflation, but Bessent's focus on deficit reduction is encouraging to many. Why Bessent matters? Scott Bessent, a hedge fund manager with experience working for George Soros and Stanley Druckenmiller, is seen as a market-friendly choice. His proposed 3-point plan for economic reform emphasizes deficit reduction and deregulation, boosting confidence in his ability to manage financial markets effectively. Strategists at Evercore ISI, led by Krishna Guha, called Bessent's appointment a reassuring pick for markets. They said his deep knowledge of financial markets, particularly the bond market, is crucial for helping the administration advance its agenda. However, they caution that Bessent's influence may be limited and that Trump's broader policies on immigration, trade, and spending could still pose risks. Additional developments. On Monday, a $69 billion auction of 2-year Treasury notes was also scheduled, adding activity to the bond market. Takeaway. The Treasury market responded positively to Scott Bessent's nomination as Treasury Secretary, with yields falling and prices rising. Investors are optimistic about his potential to reduce the U.S. deficit and stabilize financial markets, though broader concerns about Trump's policies remain.